What's going on, everybody? Josh Engleman and Ben Rasa here for Awesemo.com, and we are back with the breakfast menu served up by No House Advantage. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. And then head on over to No House Advantage. Use the promo code Awesemo when signing up. Get yourself a $20 instant match deposit bonus. You can't beat free money. Whether you're looking to play NBA, MLB, NFL, PGA contests, you're not worried about fantasy points. You're worried about player props. And we're going to talk a lot about player props on a day like today, but be sure to go to No House Advantage and use that promo code. You don't want to leave any money on the table. Starting off a new week, we've got basketball again. It's good to talk about.
It's great to talk about, considering my Euro selections. Belgium went down. The Czech Republic went down. I am excited to get back to basketball and back to where I think, I don't want to speak for you, but I'm most comfortable with the sports that we have right now.
Sure, absolutely. So last week I was 6-7, down 1.1 units, but we did both. But before I even go any further, we both improved our records from the first week by getting the Bucks to win their series. I got it in 4-2. You had them just to win the series, along with winning a previous game. So we did pick up some units from 2 weeks ago. You had a rough week, 4-10, down 6 units. In the aggregate, you are down 3.1. I am up 2.9. So we're looking pretty good, but basketball is our meal ticket, and we're going to get back to it again today.
Yeah, it's not great, but you know what's also good is that last week when I was looking at the betting, the Trae Young and the Giannis news each night was a catalyst. I feel like the final so far is a little more clear game to game. We'll see if anything develops, but that was just every day the domino effect of are they in, are they out, and there were multiple games. Not that it really affected much in terms of my selections, but where I had Trae Young in my mind and then he did not play. I think the finals, we kind of have a better gauge on what's going on with Giannis, at least initially, and we'll see how that develops.
Absolutely. One last reminder, we also have 3 bets still outstanding. 2 for tomorrow for the match. Bryson, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, and Phil. What'd you say? It's today?
I think the match is today. Today's Tuesday.
Oh, yeah, today is Tuesday. Sorry, I was just thinking today was Monday
I
because we didn't do one
operate.
yesterday. I appreciate you. So today, in fact, watch that later today. And then I still have a quarter unit out there on Chris Middleton to win the NBA Finals at plus 2,700. That bet is now plus 500.
I want to ask you before we dive in real quick. You must feel great about, the situation that developed is almost as perfect as you could want. For Jrue Holiday or Middleton to end up winning this MVP.
Yeah, I'm not taking the plus 800 on Jrue to win the MVP, although I feel like I sort of should. I just kind of want to ride out Middleton since he's my boy. But yeah, that really couldn't have broke any better. They're in the finals, and Giannis is most likely not playing game 1 and potentially not game 2. That should be enough to make sure that if Middleton plays well, he ends up being the MVP.
I'm interested, we'll get into the picks. I'm interested to see if you try to hedge it with the Suns, because of course the Suns winning the finals is going to end all hope. But you know what? It's game 1. You clearly get to dictate whether you want to go first or second.
I'm feeling confident. I'm going first.
Okay, go ahead.
1 strip of bacon on Jrue Holiday over 23.5 points at even money on FanDuel. I think I've had this pick prior to this, or at least something in that neighborhood. I got him projected for 25.5 in 42 minutes. He's played 40 plus minutes in 6 of his last 8, so I'm not worried about that minutes total. He's got a 29% usage rate in the playoffs at 192 minutes with no Giannis on the floor. We're going to get a little nerdy now. He scored 112 points in those 192 minutes. At that rate, in 42 minutes, he would be projected for 24.5 fantasy points. Or 24.5 real points. Sorry, so used to talking fantasy points. That's a point bigger than this line. He's shooting 27% from 3 in that time with 53% true shooting. So he's getting to those scoring marks while also not playing all that well offensively. I expect him to be slightly better than that, which means the fact that I'm getting even money is even better. Let's go Jrue Holiday.
No problem with that. Listen, Jrue Holiday's been absolutely fantastic. He can get to the rim. He's not shy from 3, and you mentioned, expect some of those to drop. I'm kind of sticking with my theme for Jrue Holiday, but it's going to the assist market. Obviously, he's tasked with distributing. It's still too high, in my opinion. Under 9.5 assists to win 1 strip of bacon. Minus 132 is out there. Several reasons. One, I just think that line is genuinely too high. It's game 1. There's a feeling out process. I think this game could be a little methodical. Looking over the year, and I don't take too much into this, but the Suns were third in assists allowed per game. They just allowed 22. That's basically the lowest in the league amongst with Utah and a couple other teams. So I do think, the upgrade from Chris Paul to Trae Young, who is trying to defend him at times, can limit it. I think Jrue will be more prone to scoring than distributing. And again, if it's just a slower game, both teams, I think, will be a little more apt to feel it out and mix up some rotations. Not to say Jrue Holiday won't be playing major minutes, because he absolutely will. I just think all in all, when you're talking about 9.5, and I'm not laying that much juice at 132, I feel pretty confident that he will go under that mark tonight.
I might give you the action on that one. Team Jrue Holiday all day.
Fine, go ahead, take it. Go over. Get 10.5. That number has been huge since Giannis is sad, and he's been, credit to him, he has been distributing the ball great. A lot of lobs. Brook Lopez is just dunking it on every play. I don't know if we're going to see nearly as much of that in game 1 tonight.
I have him at 10.8, just putting it out there. So I'm coming for you.
Come on.
One strip of bacon on Chris Middleton over 2.5 3-pointers made, minus 117. I have him projected for 3.5 made threes in 42 minutes. So a full 3 above that mark. Obviously a little bit of juice, but nothing crazy. He's shooting 35% from 3 in the playoffs with no Giannis, which basically every one of those looks is going to be close to a contested 3. Chris Middleton's not getting free for all that many open looks. So I'm happy with 35% considering the difficulty. He's taken 43s in that amount of time. We're talking about basically 9 3-pointers at a 35% rate. That's 3 made threes. Done and dusted. We're out of there. But 2.5 for me. If he's not breaking 2.5 made threes today, my guess is that it's not going well for the Bucks. And I think that it goes well for the Bucks.
Hope you have better luck than me. I think I've picked this prop, and Middleton, I believe, is 0-16 from the threes that he's attempted in the 2 times I tried this. So I'm hoping for you he can make at least 1, never mind 3. But good luck to you not touching that. Going to another one. Again, this is all prevalent with the Giannis situation. These are contingent. I'd be shocked if he played tonight, but he needs to sit for my plays, or else I would not put money on these. Brook Lopez under 7.5 rebounds. Again, laying some juice, minus 150, but this is a situation, it's not about the juice you're laying, it's about where this closes. I think this is going to close at over under 6.5, and I wouldn't be stunned to see the juice be still in like the 135, 140 range for that number. So I think 7.5 will be long gone. He hasn't cleared 8 boards or more in quite a while. He's just not a prevalent rebounder. I don't know exactly what they do. Again, with Ayton, it's a different matchup and whatnot, and it's a team rebounding. You've got a lot of guys, Portis and Tucker and Middleton. Everyone's going to chip in, and Lopez will as well. I just don't see that many scenarios where he's massing that many rebounds. And again, with a game 1, I naturally like to look for unders for a variety of reasons, but I think in game 1 especially, there's a lot more opportunities because teams are more apt to just try things because they know it's a 7-game series. Rotations may not be, concrete just yet. So it remains to be seen what they do with Lopez in some situations. And that all leads me to under 7.5 boards tonight to win 1 strip of bacon.
I got him at 6 boards. So you and I are in lockstep on that one. I would have happily taken that one. Here we go. The biggie, the final bet for today, 1 strip of bacon. The Milwaukee Bucks to win this series at plus 165. I'm going to say some things that are about to piss people off. I think Chris Middleton and Devin Booker are the same in this series. I don't think that they're all that different of players. I think Jrue Holiday and Chris Paul are the same, and I think that's going to really land wrong on some people's plates. I think we get Giannis in game 2 or game 3, and a compromised Giannis is still better than playing like Thanasis Antetokounmpo or more Bobby Portis. So I think Giannis comes back and looks a lot like just a center, setting a lot of screens, probably not as active in transition. Defense becomes a really big piece. I don't think the Bucks are getting as much respect here as they should. I don't think that the Suns are as clearly better than, maybe in a longer series because they're a little bit deeper, but I think once we get Giannis back, that opens things back up. So I am sticking with my Milwaukee Bucks to win this series because I don't think the gap between the 2 best guys on both sides, I think it's a wash. And I don't really care about Phoenix Suns home court advantage. That is not a thing that I'm going to be worried about today. Give me plus 165. I looked very closely at Bucks to win game 1 and then the series at plus 3 whatever, which was fine with me, but I didn't want it to be as crazy. I didn't want to lock myself into having to win game 1.
Milwaukee's been absolutely god awful in game ones as well. Every series they started slow, and I think there's a really good chance that they start fast tonight, and then Phoenix kind of steadies. I do want to quickly ask you before I get to my last pick. I don't disagree with really anything you said. The one thing you didn't bring up that always in my mind, do you worry about the coaching mismatch? And that's not something I'd normally bring up, but to me, particularly with the Bucks. I'm not the biggest fan of Bud.
I am not the biggest fan of Bud either. I think that it's kind of perfect for him in that there's not a lot of things that he can do now to make any changes. Depending on how much they want to switch, that's really the only option, but they're playing the only guys that they can play. He doesn't have, there's not like things that he can unlock at this point. He's got to play Jrue 40 plus minutes a game. He's doing that. He's got to play Chris Middleton 40 plus minutes a game. He's doing that. The rest of his hand is sort of played already. And while I just don't know what else he could possibly change. Would I wish that he were someone else? Of course. But I don't think the coaching mismatch, I think it's pretty neutral for this particular series.
That's fair. Yeah, I think he could do a lot more damage if he had the Suns roster and so many permutations. So I'm with you there. Okay, my last pick. I'll get to it quickly. I've been going to this prop, weaving it, back and forth, overs and unders. It's now at 2.5 3-pointers made. I'm going under for Devin Booker. Minus 134. It's a situation that, again, at times when he's got it going from three, of course, the volume is there and he's very efficient. But a lot of other games, he's just going inside. He's not doing that. And again, in a game one at minus 134, I feel good about that. It's more of a movement play. I look around, I see upwards of minus 160, minus 150, minus 134 for this prop is pretty good. If he hits 3 threes tonight, more power to him. And I lose 1.34 units to win one. That's not a huge deal. It's not like I'm laying anything massive. And I think more often than not, he's coming in under this number for the opening game of the series.
I got him at 2.2, so I think that is like basically spot on.
Yeah,
no issues getting to it. Well, normally people would just think this video is over, but it's not, because we have additional sides to eat, including this side of no house advantage. So I took a look through all of the no house advantage props for today. I landed on this one. That would be Cam Johnson, under 1.5 3-pointers made. I'm not entirely sure what his playing time is going to look like. I'm assuming that it's normal, but he did miss the last game. He was out with a non-COVID illness. You never know how that's going to affect people moving down the line, but it helps. It at least skews positively to me, even though I don't care about it. Under 1.5 is minus 180 in the betting market right now, and I get it at what is technically even money at no house advantage. It's really all there is to it. It's a process you've been using throughout most of these videos to get a minus 1.5 or a 1.5 3-pointers made line with no juice is significantly better. So Cam Johnson under 1.5 threes.
That's a good one. I will say the one I'm going to give it is better. If this doesn't hit, I give up. So no house advantage has Giannis in the pool, and that has created a domino effect. They have Bobby Portis over under 4.5 rebounds. His line is 9.5. So barring something truly unforeseen, Bobby Portis will safely clear this. You do not have to worry. He will have more than 4.5 rebounds tonight, barring a major outlier. This is as easy as it gets. This is the process we talk about every time when they are factoring in a major contributor who is, I'd say, almost extremely doubtful at this point. It becomes so much value. So Bobby Portis over 4.5 rebounds is as easy as you're ever going to find on no house advantage.
I have him at 8.6, so that should feel pretty darn good.
Feel pretty safe. If I don't hit that, that's on me, not even Bobby Portis. That just means there's something wrong. I'm a jinx of all jinxes.
2 excellent sides for no house advantage, 3 exceptional picks. I'm feeling pretty good right now. That's all I've got. Any final thoughts before we get out of here?
No, stay tuned. As always, we are going to have videos each day here, whether it's the NBA, even on the off days. We've got some big things. The MMA is back this week. We're going to have you covered. We're going to start dabbling in a little football. I know the season isn't here yet, but you know what? There's a lot of value out there in the betting market. And of course, stay tuned. PGA contenders videos will be out. We'll be breaking down the John Deere Classic. So a lot of betting content here at Awesemo.com.
There it is, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. One last reminder, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you know when everything goes live. This is the breakfast menu served by No House Advantage. Go Bucks.
I got bit by thousands of little mites, and they're tearing my legs up. So if I feel salty in this fucking video,
gotta love it, man. Gotta love it.